Hi friends, I am happy to share that I received a good number of feedbacks for my last presentation on Happy Box. One such feedback was from a friend quoting a few lines from a Tamil cine song. What it stated was that how one could smile or be happy when he was struggling for his survival after bitten by a snake. And that is the reality of life. True, his expression is fully accepted. My today's share is the thought process of that. When it is said that let us always remain happy and radiate happiness, it doesn't mean that there are no occasions when we feel sad or experience pain. Now, coming to the example of a man struggling for his life bitten by a snake. There is no dispute that under such a situation, any normal human being is put to pain and suffering. If the man is dead, then there is no question of his being happy or sad. If he survives with the timely care of his people around and the medical attention, what prevents him to lead the rest of his life with happiness? Two choices before us. One is to keep recollecting the painful event or the sad experience and nurturing the emotions again and again. The other option is to feel thankful for the timely help received and be grateful, then lead a life of happiness and content. This analogy is applicable for any painful experience in our journey of life. This symbolically represents any painful or sad events of our life. We are pained when we lose our near and dear ones. We are pained when someone ditches us, fools us. We are pained when we are cheated by someone. More painful when it is from our own near and dear ones. We are pained when we are not recognized, when we face failures. We can just list out a number of reasons for making us feel sad or painful or stressed. But then where do we land? Do we have to spend the rest of our lives brooding over this painful situation faced or encountered in our life, nurturing it more and more and ruin the rest of our blissful life? What prevented us? Let me share a small story with you. Some must have heard it before, still good to recollect or introspect. A grand gala dinner arranged by the king. Anyone who comes in the royal dress will be allowed. This is not new. Even now, we see some clubs have a dress code for entry into their club or their main dining area. The hero of this story, a beggar, comes to know about this. He thought to himself that except some wealthy or members of the royal family, no one will have such a costly dress to wear. He pathetically looked at his own torn old dress. A flash came to his mind. He gathered courage and met the palace guards. He told them that he would like to meet the king. The guards just glanced and ignored him. As the beggar was firm in his idea of meeting the king, he kept requesting the guards. Finally, they went and told the king. As the permission was granted, the beggar was taken inside. King asked him, "Why do you want to meet me?" Our hero expressed his wish to participate in the royal dinner. However, he does not have a royal dress to be worn for the dinner. With a trembling voice, he expressed, "Your Majesty, I will be highly grateful if the king could give his old clothes to me and allow me to come for the dinner." King smiled at him. "Don't worry. Take this royal dress and wear it." Our hero was hesitant as he could not believe King's instant reaction. However, with some hesitation and happiness, he wore it. He could not believe his eyes when he stood in front of the mirror. How dignified and majestic he looked in that royal dress. He was admiring his own look. At that moment, King told him, You can now come and participate in the royal dinner. Also, remember that you don't have to change your clothes after that. This dress will remain new and fresh throughout your lifetime. You can be in this single dress. With a sense of utmost gratitude, our hero thanked the king for his grace. He was about to leave the place. He hesitated for a moment. He eyed on his old torn clothes, which lay in a corner. He was a bit uneasy and unrest. He thought of the king's words. He could not believe the king's words in total. So, for good reasons, let me have these old clothes also with me. Thinking so, he took his old torn clothes and carried them with him. As our hero did not have a shelter, he was carrying his old clothes with him wherever he went. What to say, even for the dinner? With the old clothes hanging on with him, taking care of it too, he could not relish the royal dinner even. As days passed on, people started identifying the beggar with an old man carrying the torn clothes. His attachment towards his old dress increased day by day. Slowly he realized that the king's words were true and the dress is still new and fresh. Even after that realization, he was unable to get rid of his old clothes. He became old and was on his deathbed. The king came to meet him. He became sad when he saw the old torn clothes still by the side of the beggar. Why? He knew that the beggar's attachment and not getting rid of his old clothes spoiled the whole beauty of his life and stole all the happiness from him. Otherwise, he would have relished his life's journey. This is not the case only with our hero who carried this unwanted luggage. Most of us in our life do the same thing. We do possess such sacks of unwanted things. Sacks and sacks filled with anger, worries, bitterness, sorrow, jealous, enmity, hatred. We do feel to get rid of these sometimes, but it remains at the thought level and no further genuine efforts for that. Finding it difficult to get rid of these, we carry these heavy loads knowingly or unknowingly. It steals our happiness. We forget to remember our blessings. We forget the people who helped us in times of need. We forget the events which gave us the courage to stand up. We forget to forgive. We forget to love. We forget to see our limitations. We forget to see our defects. We try to justify our position, our moods, our behavior, our thoughts, and keep feeling that we are always right. In the process, we lose the courage to face our own defects, our own failures. The unforgettable anger and jealousy, painful events ruin our life. But then why? It is our ego, our attachment, holding or clinging on to our possessions, thinking that they are permanent, accumulating them, holding on to our negative emotions, not letting them go. Let me share now what I practice in life and found to be more comfortable and easy too. Practice assigning a place for everything and not dump it in one place. Practice having clarity of what should be retained and enjoyed and what should be thrown out. A regular cleaning process. Let us see a small analogy. You buy a costly pair of shoes. Where do you live? You get some flowers for puja. Where do you keep it? You buy some books. Where do you keep them? You get a cute dress for your child. Where do you take it? You get a precious greeting card from your son. How safely you keep it? The answer is simple. Each item finds its place depending on the importance and the closeness attached to it, irrespective of its cost. Is it not? Because of costly shoes, you don't keep them in the locker daily, do you? But that is what we exactly do many times in our life. We don't have the clarity to place things people, events, situations, emotions the place it deserves to make our life happy and peaceful. We do not throw unwanted things. We make our house a godown. Similarly, we take everything to our hearts and load them there. We don't learn to get rid of unpleasant and unworthy things out of our thoughts and life. We make our heart, which is a treasure island, as a garbage bin. As a result, we are helpless to accommodate and relish the presence of beauty, happiness, and joy when it needs a place to experience. Friends, many things come into our life willingly or sometimes without our permission too. It is for us to have the clarity to welcome or not to keep it or throw it. Less luggage, more comfort is not only for the train journey, it is also for life's journey. Let me conclude by asking a question to you and to myself. Do we need any reason to show our love or be happy? We don't require a reason. Let us just be happy and radiate love and happiness. Your loving friend. Thank you.